Hey everybody, it's Lord Magicus. We are playing Sea and Sky today, so just give me a second. I'm still trying to get this set up right, but we will be starting in just a minute. I have to get the deck from Mana Traders. This is the first time I am ever playing Sea and Sky, so we'll see how this goes. Need to borrow the borrowers because I already have them. Yep. And we have the chalices, so we don't need to borrow that either. I don't need islands because I have a bunch of those. I try not to take more cards than I actually need, so yeah. Part of the benefit of keeping some of the more expensive stuff for the blue decks like Chalice and Force, that makes it a lot easier to borrow stuff, so. Alright, I think that's all the big ones. Yep, looks like it. We should be good. Okay, let me rent the deck. Neat. In 10 days, I get to rent 15 tickets more stuff than I am now. Neat. Okay. Because Mana Traders is being nice. So actually, because I think I've been doing it for about a year now, so your limits go up a little bit over time. Come on. Up, there we go. It's a little closer here. Ta-da! We got them all. Good. Excellent. All right. Got this. All right. Now we can add our deck. It's like fish, but it's not. All right. It is very mono blue. It's about as mono blue as decks get in this format. There we go. Okay. Let me change this so you can see it. There we go. And this is what we're gonna play today. This is Sea and Sky. So first off, yeah, my schedule is really weird this week because normally I either do this on Wednesday or Thursday, but I actually wasn't home either one of the. Well, I should say I wasn't free either one of those evenings because one day I was out and the other day I was doing Drunken Peasants. So, yeah, that had to go back to this weekend. So, I know this is a little bit later in the week than I normally stream, but we'll make it work for today. Anyway, this is, yeah, I know this is a deck that a lot of the Merfolk players have been looking at recently because stuff like Fury and Solitude, you know, with all like the 4-color decks and the Omnat, or yeah, like those decks, the Murktide decks, like the Hammer decks, it makes it kind of hard. So yeah, there's a lot of hate against the creatures. Going wide with a synergy plan is really difficult. I think in Modern, it's why like a lot of the other tribal decks aren't doing very well. But instead now we've seen a huge shift in the fishy community more towards this style of deck, which has actually put up some pretty decent results. I believe Bishark won. What was it? I think face to face they had a big tournament with it. It's seen some 5-0, so you know a bunch of different people have been behind it. I know M Hayashi likes this kind of list too. It's very much the style of deck that he likes to play. Um, it's more like tempo and control oriented, and it's not particularly aggressive. It's very light on the tribal stuff here. In fact, we don't even have like any tribal matters cards in it. No, not even a Cavern of Souls. Like we're not looking to get in like Island Walk or anything like that. We are just looking to play individually good cards and try to win with those. Um, and so we have a lot of the cards in here are cards that we have previously played in Merfolk, but usually we played it alongside Merfolk, not necessarily, in replacement of them. But this style of list is just playing like tons and tons of different answers, and a lot of them are answers and bodies. So the name Sea and Sky kind of comes from Svyelun here, our goddess of the Merfolk. And what's interesting is Svyelun has a lot of text on it, but really, the only thing that like matters for this is that it's a 3/4 for 3 that draws a card when it attacks. So it's hard to you can't really lightning bolt it, and it's difficult to fatal push. You have to actually like have Revolt online, and it's a card advantage engine, so it blocks pretty well. It does a decent chunk of damage, and it fills your hand back up. So, yeah, it's actually just being used here as like kind of a control beater, which is pretty interesting because there was a little bit of speculation back when the card was shown that it might end up in this sort of deck, and here we are. So we got our Sea and Sky. So Svyelun is kind of the sea part of this, where down, in combat and on the ground. And we also have our Sky Beaters here, which like Vendilion Clique. We haven't played this card in a while. It is a great way to disrupt people's hands. It's a flash flyer. Subtlety is another flash flyer. We've seen this before. And like same thing, Brazen Borrower, another like flash flyer. So we got, all of these flying creatures here deal, significant chunks of damage, and they're fairly hard to block because of their evasion. And all of them, do multiple things. So like, Borrower is like a bounce spell that then turns into a beater. Subtlety is sort of like a remand type spell that like turns into a beater, and Vendilion Clique is like sort of like a Thoughtseize that turns into a beater. And yeah, that's just all of the creatures here are just designed to be like difficult to deal with, but they double as both threats and evasive beaters, so that's nice. And then also in our mana base here we have some additional beaters here. We have our Faerie Conclaves, which it's been a while since we played them in Merfolk, but they're definitely here for surviving board wipes and stuff. And then also this beautiful new card that to our lives, Hall of Storm Giants, which in this sort of deck definitely can become a 7/7 with Ward 3. It's we're gonna see it being used a lot because we're trying to drag the game out to the point where like this thing can just swing on an open board and just basically win. Ward 3 is not a joke. Like a lot of decks are gonna have difficulty doing anything to this because of it. So like if they're tapped out, like they can't even like flash in Solitude to get rid of it. The ward will just say no thank you, and just it's great. This sort of we also have like our Castle Vantress. We have like Otawara and Minamo. Like again, these are typical Merfolk cards, but maybe one of the ones that like Merfolk doesn't see a lot of play, Blast Zone, which is a way to answer a bunch of little stuff that gets gummed up on the board. So a lot of decks, if they have like some Death Shadows out, or against like Hammer Time, you can blow up all their hammers and Sigarda's Aid with this. So it is a way to like if things get out of control, then you can use Blast Zone to kind of keep control of the board, and it's being a land makes it difficult for the opponent to interact with it too. So yeah, and we have one copy of Sunken Ruins, and I think it was Merfolk Joe who said like he liked the copy of this for helping the cast Dismember without losing life. I'm gonna try it. So Dismember, obviously, like because you're playing mono blue, you don't have access to like a lot of good removal. So Dismember is kind of what you're leaning on for that purpose. But another card that we haven't really played with in a long time is Ancestral Vision, which in this kind of deck it is like exactly what you want to do on turn 1. This deck doesn't have a lot of good turn 1 plays, but suspending Ancestral Vision is basically exactly what you want to be doing, so that's great. spend a lot of the game just holding up counter spells and like flashing in threats and stuff, and then eventually you just get to a point where you just draw a bajillion cards with visions, and then you have like one of your flying beaters in play, and you're holding up counter magic and stuff, and ideally you win the game that way. So it's a little bit different than like a typical control deck because there's not as many like hard answers to stuff on the board. Where we're relying on a lot of bounce. Even Chalice on one can like kind of combo with Brazen Borrower a little bit, where you play your Chalice in one turn two, and then like turn three you can bounce whatever your opponent did play on turn one, so then they can't replay it because of the Chalice. So there's some nice synergy between that. And yeah, this will help us against decks like Rhinos and Living End a little bit, so it'll be nice. The sideboard, you have some Ratchet Bombs, which help to clean up a bunch of tokens, since X equals 0 is something that gets underneath Blast Zone, because Blast Zone always starts on 1, so stuff like Construct tokens it's good at dealing with. But also it's just an extra removal for like low number permanents in the board if need be. Relics, we've seen, like, we play relics all the time. We're familiar with these cards, like Dispute, yeah, extra counter spells. And Hurkyl's Recall, and I think I saw, I want to say it was Joe's list that like added these, but I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, just because like Urza Saga was a little bit difficult, I think, and it's nice to have something that basically resets the board against them. So yeah, like I said, a lot of these cards are all cards that we've played in Merfolk, but it's just usually now we've basically cut like all the Merfolk to just play like all the kind of control-y cards. So yeah, we got plays a lot of like extended fairies, which I don't have a lot of experience playing that deck, but like I know kind of what you mean. Yeah, before you suspended 3 Ancestral Visions by turn 2. Didn't even have to discard on turn 6 after drawing 9 extra cards. Wow, that is crazy. And you know what? The other thing about Ancestral Vision, it makes it a lot more like a lot more feasible to pitch cards to Force of Negation and Subtlety. Like you're not really wasting cards in your hand if you're just gonna draw like 3 or 6 more cards in just a few turns. So yeah, it definitely helps with like a lot of the pitch stuff, so you're not really losing value by just using force to counter just something you might not have normally countered. There is that. So I don't know, this isn't necessarily the style of like a deck that I normally play. Like if I'm playing control, I feel personally more comfortable playing like blue-white sort of stuff, but and I'm not like a huge fan of Modern at the moment, but I know a lot of people are, and they want to see this sort of stuff, so I decided that we were going to do this today, and we'll see how this goes. So this is what's happening. I try to appease everybody. I am playing less Modern, but I don't want to play Zero either, because I know there's people that actually watch it. So yeah, if you are watching the replay, please give it a thumbs up, alright? That really helps, and put some nice comments there when it gets uploaded to YouTube. Alright, so there we go. That's kind of the overview of this. So this deck is, yeah, it's seen some success. There's definitely something to it, but it's not necessarily my preferred cup of tea. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta try stuff and you just, break out of your shell a little bit. Thanks, I could definitely use luck with this. So this is my first experience with this particular list, so, or I should say this particular archetype. So see how this goes. As soon as we can find us an opponent, let's go. Come on. Oh, it's the anticipation. I don't want to sit here and wait for like 4 minutes for this. There's 1,800 people in here. Where are they? probably turn the speaker off so that it doesn't accidentally like pick up something on the mic. Yeah, that'd be bad. And we're probably gonna play another League of Legacy later this week because on Saturday I have locals for that. So, and then maybe we'll go back to Pauper like the week after. That's tentatively my plan here. So. So your paper opponent played Boomer Black Green X and joked that you both play a deck full of cards from the past. Yeah, I definitely could see that. You know, like Conclave, Ancestral Vision, Clique. Like those cards have not seen a huge amount of modern play in quite some time, and it's sad because like Vendilion Clique used to see a lot of fucking paper play, but it's definitely gone down quite a lot. All right, we are on the play. Excellent. I think that this hand is fine, right? We don't necessarily know what we're up against, but we've got Faerie yeah, we've got like a lot of good control cards here. I think we're supposed to keep this. Opponent might not have any idea what the hell is going on with this turn 1 Conclave. But we'd probably just play Chalice on 1, and against a lot of decks, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think that we can afford to let that be a thing. We don't need to play Chalice on 0 just yet. They might have like Summoner's Pact, but even if they do, we're not going to see it for a while. I do probably need to get this Blast Zone prepared to crack on 1 for when they find another Amulet with Saga. This is definitely Amulet Titan. Alright, sure. Okay. That's not bad. We're not really doing anything else here, so this is not a bad time to attack with the Conclave. I don't really have anything else I can do here, though. If they do something next turn, I'm sunk, so... See, afternoon, not staying long. Hey, no, you know what? Being here for the what's up is totally fine with me. You know what? You know, that was correct. I should have probably played the second Chalice in 0 this turn. Yeah, I totally forgot that Summoner's Pact could definitely be a thing here. I meant to do it and then I got distracted. But I mean, they might just play Titan and it just might not matter. Okay, they just fucking have Amulet, or they have Titan. It's not over yet, but it's close. I guess actually it very well could be. Oh, you know what? I think that, yeah, we're sunk here. They're gonna attack with this thing. It's like, alright. I'm gonna give up. Like that's gonna be too much to overcome. We definitely want subtlety for this. I think that we are gonna be putting Chalice on 0 probably. So I don't know if we want to keep the visions for this as much. Spreading Seas does kill their Saga, so I probably do want that. I don't know that the rest of these cards matter that much. Like, Ratchet Bomb seems like it could be okay. But it's very slow to tick it up to 3, so... I mean, if we keep the dismembers in for like the creatures, that probably doesn't matter that much. Um, Probably just cut another vision. Yeah, I guess I could bring in one Ratchet Bomb. Like, even if it comes in on turn 2 and just blows up an Amulet, that's probably fine. Alright. This match, in theory, should not be too bad, but, like, yeah, they were a little bit too aggressive for us here. I think this is okay. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, and, like, we probably just play Chalice in one and hope that that's enough. The Dismember's nice. We have flash threats here. Arboreal Grazer. Okay, I don't really care about that. Right. Well, they're not going to get an Amulet out, so we can just seize to kill the Saga, which is cool. Which I definitely want to do here. That's not bad either. We have Dismember if they try to play one of their creatures. What are they playing for 4? Oh, Hydroid Krasis? I mean, I guess. I don't know how much I care about this. Probably not a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to keep the Dismember. Hmm. Not a bad turn to try to play Svyelun, I think. Yeah, they what? They drew one card and gained 1 life. I don't think that this. I don't think they're going to be doing anything I care too much about here, so it's probably my best chance to play Svyelun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I could see there being some shell for Hydroid Krasis, but, like, I don't know if this is it. Like, they're not attacking me, right? Yeah, so they just played a Teleria West, sure. This is great. I just attack here. Now I have Counterspell plus Clique up. Okay. Okay, there's the turf. Okay. Sure. I think end step here, I'm just gonna play the fucking Vendilion Clique. They have a Titan and a Summoner's Pact. So I think that I'm supposed to just take the fucking Primeval Titan because I can counter the Summoner's Pact if they ever decide to cast it. Or if they find, like, Cavern of Souls, then I'm sunk. So we know that they have... Alright. This looks fine to me. Actually, I should not have played that land first. That was a mistake. But it looks like their hand is really bad, and they're probably not getting through this. Okay. I don't really need to do anything else here. I'm winning this race easily. No. Sure. I think I just put a counter on Blast Out and blow up the 2s. I don't want to risk like if they like end up fucking finding Cavern of Souls and then I just can't counter it. That's the thing. Um, the pact you can, the pact you definitely can counter. Uh, but it's not always safe to just let them have the yeah, to let them have the Titan, or yeah, because you might not be able to counter it. These players have a way of just fucking finding Cavern of Souls at the worst possible time. I know what's in their hand, but they also have like 2 cards I don't know about at that point, so they could have just found it. I think this hand is okay. We have like Counterspell and 3 lands. Like, this looks fine. They go to 6 here. Alright. Dismember is also pretty big here. Like, if they play Saga, we can Spreading Seas it. Okay, interesting. Alright, I guess I keep up the Chalice to put on 1 if I can get a chance. Okay, there's Expedition Map. Alright. Okay, so what's the worst thing that can happen right now? I think, like, if I just play Chalice here and they don't find Amulet, it's going to be very difficult for them to win, so... I mean, I've seen varying numbers of Vantress in the list, so I chose to play 2. I've seen as many as 4 in some of them. I decided I wanted to try 2. So let's see. The worst thing they could do is, like, Expedition Map, and I don't think that that matters a whole lot here. I think I just play Chalice on 1. Keep them from getting an Amulet. Like, I don't think they're going to cast Summoner's Pact here. They find a land, like a bounce land, probably. They get a Simic Growth Chamber. That makes sense. So they return Vesuva back to their hands. That's what we know about. Oh, fuck, you're right. They could actually blow up the Chalice. That's true. I don't... They didn't find Beseiju, though, so... And if they got... Yeah, if they got Saga with map, that would have been great, but I guess it makes sense that they need the bounce lands, but they don't have a way to get Chalice in play, or Amulet in play. Yeah, I think that this is this Svyelun window as well. Because I don't think there's any reasonable way they can actually, like, do anything on this board. Like, they have to remove Chalice and then play Amulet and then still have enough mana, and I don't think they can do that right now. I guess if they had exactly Castle Garenbrig, then maybe. But it looks like we're safe here. Again, I have to stop getting in the habit of playing the lands early. Because I could end up drawing, like, another Conclave that I want to play. Okay. I think we're just holding up Clique here. Alright, if they play Titan, I just counter it. They gave up. See, look, we got it. I knew that Counterspell like felt like the right thing to do here. Alright, cool. We win against Titan, and yeah, I mean, Sea and Sky made that match look really easy on our victories, so I guess as long as you just have like a reasonable hand, it's very difficult for them to overcome. I think they gave up a little bit prematurely though. They should have definitely stuck it out a little longer than that. I mean, to be fair, countering their Titan probably was the beginning of the end for them, but they definitely weren't like totally dead to that. They had time to do something else. Next turn, I would probably clique them in the draw step just to make sure they didn't have like another Titan. So yeah, that's true. Classic Merfolk does have subtlety, so it does make that matchup a lot better. I feel like this has to be one like Titan's got to be one of the good matchups for Sea and Sky. All right, we're on the play. This doesn't look too bad. All right, so here's the thing: we have Chalice. We can put it on one, or we could like yeah, we can go Conclave Island Chalice in one, or we could go Island Ancestral Vision and then maybe draw a land for Chalice in one, or otherwise we might have to wait a turn. We would keep up Dismember though. This hand does look like a keep to me, I think, because we have like the elements that we want here. I'll wait a second for to let the stream kind of catch up. But I think that we're keeping this. It's just the question is, do we go for Chalice or do we go for the Vision first? Yeah, I think that we probably play the Vision. Let's see, you lent Merfolk to your friend the other day and won versus Amulet because he had 3 subtleties. Like, yeah. All right, I'm gonna suspend Ancestral Vision. We're gonna risk it to get the biscuit. Maybe we'll just draw a land and we can play Chalice next turn anyway. That would be nice. If not, we can potentially dismember something. Interesting. Is this Murktide? Oh no, this is Living End. Oh god, we're just gonna fucking just cream them. So we have Chalice here, so... Here's the cool thing, like, they... okay, well they're gonna be real fucking sad when they see 2 Chalices. I guess are putting Chalice on 0 and letting Vision go away. I think the smart thing for them to do is take Clique. Yeah, that's exactly. Because they're not getting rid of these, so... in game 1, our Vision doesn't really matter. Like, the amount of hate cards they have for this is not very high. They should take the Clique and just hope that they can find a way to, like, deal with Chalice later. Yep, there we go. That's not exactly what I wanted to see here, but, let's play one of these right now. Can keep this one at least so that way we have one for later. So yeah, we don't need to worry about Chalice in 1. Okay, we just attack with the Conclave here. And we probably are just saving Dismember for like Curator of Mysteries or something like that. Well, that's great. I like that a lot. Please try, like, Violent Outburst. Oh, that would be great. Alright. Yeah, you cannot play 2 Chalice and 0. It does not work that way. Alright. Goodbye, Vision. Okay. Sure. Go away. Okay, excellent. Yeah, they don't have the best they can hope for is like Foundation Breaker, I think. Um okay, but like this isn't gonna work out the way you think it's going to, because I'm just gonna force your fucking living end. Oh no! No, they're gonna get there after all. They found a second grief with Otawara. Okay, I guess never mind, we're fucked. They managed to beat Chalice with like double grief and Otawara. Alright, in game 1. Absolutely fucking insane. Alright, well, now we're probably lost here. I think that I'm supposed to choose, them. Or I guess I can choose me and get rid of one of these chalices. Try to find a land at least. Well, you know what? No, it's not over yet, because they still have Curator here, right? So I guess if I find like another Dismember, I can just kill this thing and maybe. Look, I said when like Grief like came out that it was gonna be like this, where the card eventually, and it's probably not yet, but like eventually Grief is gonna be broken simply because of it being played by combo decks. So like something like Living End or like Oops All Spells or whatever, where it's being used as like fucking combo protection, so they can just win early. But I guess if we find like Dismember, we have a chance. That's close. That is real close. So I can bounce the Curator of Mysteries. Hmm. So I have to attack them twice. Let's see. I should play this on 0. Thing is, like, alright, so this is only 8 damage. If I had another way to get into, like, this might not be unreasonable. They're attacking for 9. Yeah, fuck. Like I think if I had Dismember and I could kill this thing, I go to 16, like I attack for 5 and then they can't block it and then I could survive. But right now they're going to attack for what, 11 damage, so I'm going to go to 9 and they can just replay this. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too late. All right. Well, I guess good for them. They managed to fucking find everything. But we're not going to make it easy on them here. Alright, Spreading Seas is not very useful. We definitely don't want Visions here. And I guess we probably want Dispute or Subtlety. Subtlety seems reasonable. Hearses, yeah, those are reasonable too. I guess probably cut 2 Dismembers, yeah. It's not impossible that we'll use them, but it's not very likely either. Alright, this seems fine. This does feel like a match where we should probably be favored, but just didn't work out then. Interesting. I think we just play the Relic here. We can go Storm Giants into Sunken Ruins. Are you fucking kidding me? They just forced my Relic. That sucks. Alright, what are you gonna do? Alright, well, they're not gonna force this. They're not gonna dispute it either, because I will counterspell it. Nope, they just cycle here. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, that's weird how that works. Double force, yeah, that's yeah, like sniff that shit out. Alright. I think here we have to play Svyelun. Fuck. I hate the way that this has to be done. Alright, there we go. Alright. Because we're not going to get a better time to play here. What are they going to do? Dispute Svyelun? No? Okay. They probably... I'm assuming they're just out of stuff to do right now. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's attack. See if that informs what we're going to do here. I guess I just play a Conclave. They don't have a third land to even attempt to do anything here, so... I think if we find a Relic, they just lose the game. They didn't find a land either, which is great. Oh, God. Clique is just going to be devastating. Okay. I guess if I play the Conclave here, then I guess I just win next turn. So I guess in their draw step, I'll just Clique them. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop. Alright. Yeah, alright, they see. Excellent. There we go. We got them. Alright. We just run this back. See, look, that's how this is supposed to go. We have so many answers to them, like so many counter spells, like Chalice and Relic, like all these cards where if we just have one of them, they need to get rid of every single one of them before they can actually win. So it takes a lot on their part, and they tried very hard with double force there, so but could not get there. All right, let's go. Something like Subtlety plus Chalice might be enough, because if they lead on Grief, then they can't. Then we can just Subtlety the Grief, and then they can't get rid of the Chalice. I don't think this is gonna work though. Like, we have the Relic and the Force, but we're never casting the rest of this stuff. I think we need to go to 6 and find like actual blue sources. This is definitely fine. Um, yeah, we're definitely keeping this and have to get rid of something. I think I'm supposed to get rid of Svyelun here. I don't know, though, because we're on a mulligan. Svyelun might be good. Maybe we get rid of Borrower. Because there's a good chance that we might want to actually play Svyelun to refill our hand. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Borrower. Alright. If they just, like, grief me, though, that's terrible. But what are you gonna do? You do what we gotta. Okay, cycle, cycle. What are you gonna do here? No grief, that's good. I guess it doesn't really matter what land I play, so we'll just play that first. Play Chalice. This might mean that they kept a hand with, like, Force of Vigor or something. I guess just play Conclave Pass. If they have, like, Force of Vigor into Living End, that's not really great for us. Kind of looks like they might. Yeah, okay. Oh, fuck. Alright, well. I guess they're gonna go for it here. I assume they would. So that's not good. Hmm. Yeah, we can bounce one of them at least. I guess if we play Svyelun, then they can't attack with the agent. Yeah, one of these can be bounced. So it's not over yet. Like, their board is not actually that impressive at the moment. That's not great. I mean, there is some non-zero chance that we could end up just racing them if they don't, like, deal with this other Chalice, but... Oh my god, they just fucking have everything today. Alright. Cool. Good job, opponent. You did it. Well, I can bounce one and then just dismember the other one. Because it's a 3... Oh, fuck, you're right. I'm sorry. I totally should have blocked. There was no excuse not to. For some reason, I just did not realize that, like, Svyelun would not die from blocking that. That's totally my fault. Alright. I guess now I just need to hope they don't have another Living End. Well, I guess I can clique them here, so... Make sure they're not going to Living End me again. They just have double Force of Negation. Well, then I definitely need to get rid of one of these, so that way I can dismember one of these things. Alright, well, And they're not doing anything else, I guess. What did they do that for? They could have killed the clique. Okay, well, we punted, but opponent also punted, apparently, so good job, I guess. I don't understand it, but you know what? Sure. So we can bounce this for 2. I don't think there's any way that we can attack and do this, though. No, actually we can, because... well, if I attack with Svyelun, they can double block and get rid of one of these things. If they do that, like... Yeah, I don't think I... It's really tempting to attack, though. But what if I attack with Vendilion Clique here? They can't block this. I can let them attack me with everything if they want. No, I won't have the mana for this to do both Otawara and Conclave, so it could just be a turn where, if they attack, then I can just, block. I think I just attack with Clique. So probably Svyelun has to block us one of these 2 dummies, and then we just Otawara the other one. Yeah. Alright, we're not, like, dead yet, but... Alright, we'll see what happens. Let's see if this 3 life is going to cost me. No, I don't think that works because... No, you know what? It could have worked. I could have traded the Conclave with the other one, I guess. Alright. I think this is still fine. That seems real dangerous. Do you have, like, another cask? Oh, fuck, they do. No! They found another fucking Shardless agent. That was too much. Alright. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because they did find another Shardless there, so... That comes way too late. Yeah, we're just dead here. Alright, a good job, opponent. If they, like, didn't find it that turn, I think we had a very good chance of just winning. What are you gonna do? I guess the 3 life there didn't matter. They just... They needed to have, like, very, very good draws to get through that, and they did in 2 games, so... I mean, to be fair, they had really good draws in the second game, too, but ours were just a little better. So... I don't know, like... It feels like to win that match, they kind of need to do outstanding, and they just did. But in general, I feel like it should be pretty good. I guess yeah, that could have been. I was just concerned because I didn't want Svyelun to die there, but I guess maybe drawing a card would have just been better. So they definitely could have, like, double block. I guess I could have burned the Otawara on, like, if they did block with everything. Well, if I attacked with Svyelun, they should theoretically block with all 3 things, so I can't save it. But maybe, having the extra card would have been enough. I don't know, it's very difficult to, like, I guess that definitely felt like that was winnable, and maybe if we had made some other decisions that could have worked out. Yeah, this deck definitely is hard to play, for sure. There's a lot of options. That's true, they did attack with the Wraith, so that might have actually been correct than to attack with Svyelun. Drawing the extra card definitely would have been a huge help. We're learning. Like I said, this is my first experience with this deck, so the way that it plays is very different from what I normally try to play. I don't play like a lot of control decks that attack with creatures. I guess this is fine. We go like Conclave in the Hall and see what happens. If we are lucky, then maybe they'll just play like a Saga so we can blow it up, but I think in general we're probably just holding up Counterspell. Okay. So Marsh Flats. I'm not sure what that means yet. This definitely looks like it could be a Stoneforge deck, so if they play Stoneforge, I'm 100% countering that. Okay, so that is the junk one. I should probably turn that stop off so I don't tell them what's going on. I probably just told them that Clique is in my deck because I didn't remove the stop here. So that's worth mentioning. Okay, well Clique is here, but I don't really need to do anything just yet. I don't think it matters which of the two of these I play right now. I guess I'll play the Sunken Ruins. They don't need to know about Blast Zone. If they go like land into Thoughtseize or something, I can just flash in Clique. Um, that doesn't seem great. Alright, I'm gonna let them have it. Let's see what's going on with their hand here. Smallpox, Prismatic Ending, and Fatal Push. I definitely don't think we want to be seeing Smallpox right now. I don't care too much about the other cards here, but Smallpox seems like that's the bad one, so let's get rid of that. Mm-hmm. I am definitely thinking about seizing the Triome here, because then it protects this from... oh, well, it doesn't actually protect it from ending, but... I still think this is probably correct. Um... Okay, well now maybe I seize the Godless Shrine here. Well, they do have more lands. I guess I could hold up Counterspell just in case something bad happens. No, it doesn't stop Flashback because we know they have more black mana sources in their hand. They would just play it. So I would rather hold up the Counterspell in case they go for it that way. Yeah, I don't have to do anything about this. Vindicate. All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna be doing that. Uh, I want my lands here because I actually need them. All right. I think we might be in Spreading Seas plus Svyelun territory. Oh fuck! you know what? That was a mistake. I meant to play Seas, but I guess you know what? We're fine. Holding up Subtlety was definitely also high on my list of things I was considering doing here. Um, sure. That's really bad. Yeah, I know. That's the problem is like I don't want to enable Fatal Push here, but they have like so many fucking tokens right now. It's a problem. There's way more Lingering Souls than I was prepared to handle at the moment. And this fucking Blast Zone is not useful whatsoever right now. I'm getting rid of a token while they don't have Revolt up. But this is still just getting out of hand. I think, like, I guess, oh fuck, maybe I should have evoked Subtlety for this. This is just all so bad. I don't know how we're, like, beating any of this. And, like, there's still more tokens coming here, and, like, they have so much removal in their hand that it does not feel great at the moment. Yeah, definitely all the relics, like, well, that definitely helps a little bit. I could try, like, going after Liliana doesn't really seem very great. It doesn't. Yeah, I know we can't take these hits, but we don't have an alternative. Like throwing away our creatures to deal with like two of their 1/1s is not really working either. No, Subtlety's not going to stick because we know they have Fatal Push in their hand. The second, like, I block with anything, Subtlety's just going to die immediately. So it may as well have one toughness for all this that matters right now. But now, like... Fuck. Like, this is... Yeah, this is basically just... What, I have to block one of these, I guess, and then I can send these two at Liliana. I mean, they still have Prismatic Ending in their hand, too. It's like, none of our creatures are actually going to do anything of value. Like, look, this is over. There's no way we can deal with, like, them casting 4 Lingering Souls. Not with the amount of mana they had, or the amount of removal they had in their hand. They were, like, just casting Subtlety was just a losing strategy. Okay, this doesn't really... This is hard. I don't think this is a Dismember match. Because they're going very wide, and we're... Yeah. I mean, Chalice doesn't look particularly great either. This looks like a Ratchet Bomb match, though. Yeah. I mean, I guess Spreading Seas is okay, but I don't really think it's amazing. Probably there's not really a lot else I'd want to take out for it. They play Braids. All right, what do you want to take out for these 2 Spreading Seas? Like, this is it. I guess 2 Force of Negation, but like forcing the Lingering Souls, and like it does actually seem like that matters over Counterspell specifically. We have to take out 2 cards. Yeah, we have 2 C's in our main deck. I don't think we can afford to bring in the other 2. No, I think the Clique matters because we really need to disrupt their hand. Okay, well, that's not keepable. This isn't really keepable either. But I don't really want to go down here, so I guess we're just throwing an island back. Yeah, like, flying tokens does not seem... Like, that seems like it's really bad for us. Now, I don't want to mold a 5 against a Smallpox deck. That doesn't seem like a winning plan. Bloodghast? Okay, I guess that's a guy. Um, I think here I just hold up Force of Negation. Trim the Cliques and play Seas? I guess maybe. They're just not doing anything? Sure. Could... Yeah, ticking up Blast Zone does seem like a reasonable choice here. They don't do anything. Oh, you know what? I should have did that last turn. You're right. But I was also thinking about this turn maybe hold up Subtlety as well. March of Otherworldly Light. I'm inclined to let them do that because I have another one anyway. I will let this thing hit me here. Take up Blast Zone. Like, this is also a card I need to realize it only costs 2 to add, to add a counter, not 3. Do I really care about this? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure here I just cast Subtlety and then hold up Force plus Relic. I think I can outrace this thing. Like, if they play Liliana, I can just force it, and then they're not really in a great spot, so it's kind of what I'm hoping for here. I don't think I want them doing this. Sure, I guess. They just have that. I'm surprised they ticked it up. That doesn't seem like that was right. Alright, well, if I don't attack Liliana, this thing... yeah, this is... I'm gonna lose this, so may as well attack it. I don't think they're inclined to really plus Lily here. Like, it doesn't... They're just discarding a card if they do, and it's not hurting me, so... Whereas I might want to tick up Blast Zone to 2 and then use that to get rid of Bloodghast, and then I can still exile it. At the very least, like, this definitely needs to be on at least 2, so... Well, I mean, we can try to just attack Liliana with Subtlety, so... That will tell us whether it needs to go up to 3 or just stay on 2. They might have, like, Fatal Push in their hand, and they need Revolt in order to do anything with this. I could kill this now, but I guess I could just wait till the middle of combat where it's more difficult for them to get it back. Yeah, they did have Fatal Push. I kind of figured that was the case. It is maybe worth the haul. Yeah, I kind of feel like Crack Blast Zone Exile this thing is the way to go. Unless they have, like, Lingering Souls in their hand. No! Oh, God. Okay, well, I almost got fucked by that because I didn't have a stop after that. There's Braid, so that's less than ideal. Okay, cool. They just had a fatal push. Alright, well, now they sacrifice lands. It's gonna be difficult. I think we did board out Dismember. We did board out all 4 of them, so we need to bounce this thing with a Brazen Borrower. I guess I'm just gonna have to... The problem is, like, they're not gonna attack with this thing unless they have removal here, right? And now they have Grist in place, so they can just keep making tokens to sacrifice. I don't have a way to win this game. Like, this doesn't actually help me right now. Like, they kind of have the game locked at this point. I can play this Ratchet Bomb, but it doesn't actually accomplish anything because their board is just going to get way out of control, and I have no way of actually, like, dealing with it. I'm going to lose all of my cards. Yeah, like, they have Grist here to blow up anything that I play. I think this game is over. Move on. Yeah, it sucks. Alright, well, that one definitely felt like... So Living End definitely felt like it was a very, very winnable game. That did not really feel like that was a winnable match. Them going, like, wide with Lingering Souls in the air is very problematic for our deck. But then also just... They kind of have the inevitability on that side, too. Smallpox is a beating as well because we actually want our lands here because they need to do a lot of work. Yeah, I guess if you can, like, turn 1 Ancestral Vision, that does probably help a lot, but I don't know how you're gonna win outside of that. And we mulliganed, I think, that game too, and it wasn't particularly great. Mulliganing against Smallpox is just, like, just very, very bad. Yeah, that definitely was Smallpox. Alright. Well, I think we've been on the play, like, all of these games so far. I don't think that we're supposed to keep this. I don't know. You guys tell me. This doesn't really look like this is very good to me. If Chalice does not do anything, Joe, like, this is gonna end very poorly. We're gonna mold a 6. All right. Like, this is the sort of hand where if this is just not good against this deck, then we've effectively lost on the mulligan. Yeah, well, I guess this is why I don't typically, like, play these kind of, like, Chalice control decks a lot, because it is a huge, huge risk. You're absolutely right. Like, yeah, the lands are not useless, but I don't know. Okay, well, this looks like this might be hammer time, so... Or this is hardened scale, so I'm definitely, like, dismembering this thing, I think, while they can't really use any of the modular counters and playing Chalice in 1. Either way, whichever version of this deck this is, this Chalice in 1 actually is going to be good here. Okay. There's Urza's Saga. Fucking Ravager, of course. This Blast Zone is going to be very slow at dealing with this thing, but if they don't have anything besides the Ravager, maybe we're okay. They do have a lot of 1-mana stuff, so... Yeah, play Blast Zone, take it up to 2 definitely seems like the way to go. The only way I might reconsider... Well, no, I don't think there's any reality in which I'm not doing that. Because I think I need to keep this Clique to deal with Inkmoth Nexus. Well, that's really good. If we can get Chalice on 2, that might actually, like, hurt them a lot. We played another Inkmoth. The only problem I think is like they are definitely going to be able to sacrifice the Ravager to make one of these bigger, but I guess that's fine. They could make a construct token, which is going to be also hard for us to deal with, but maybe at some point we can find another Dismember for it. Yeah. No, well, we might still get up to Hall. That could be fine too. I think Chalice and 2 makes sense. We'll get hit a little bit here, but hopefully that's fine. I am concerned about what they might find with Saga here. Maybe they'll find like another one of these dummies. It's gonna turn off our Spreading Seas and our Petty Thefts. Oh, you know what? It's very possible they might find Blast Zone, yeah. Or I mean a Pithing Needle. It's still probably better than them playing like more 2-drops though. Yeah, I don't think I would change my decision, so. I'm wondering if maybe this deck needs to incorporate some number of like Field of Ruin or something in it. It does seem like the lands can be a problem for us to deal with, and I think Field of Ruin could help solve some of that. They lost connection to the game. Alright, well. We are waiting for them to reconnect and come back. Let's see what they're going to do. It's starting to get warm in here. I need to turn this back on. So, let's see. I guess while we're waiting, let's look at this. Ratchet Bomb definitely looks like this comes in. Hurkyl's Recall definitely comes in. Spreading Seas is probably what we want this to. Um, Alright, they reconnected here. Alright, opponent, come on, let's go. They joined the, yeah, they did join the game. Yeah, they, but they're still not doing anything yet, so. Otawara is our only bouncing. Yeah, I think I only have one in my list. Yeah. Okay, well, if they don't do something soon, they are going to lose just because of the time. So it's been like 4 minutes, I think, since I cast this chow. Up there they go. They're here. All right, I think they're making a construct. All right, I kind of expected that was what they were going to do here. So, yeah, you're probably right where I think they're going to get Pithing Needle. Make this construct a 3/3. Or actually, they could make another construct here, too. That would not be bad at all. Problem is, these constructs are going to be very difficult to beat. Like, kind of like you were saying, Urza Saga by itself is just hard to defeat because really they're tapping this for a mana instead of activating it for a construct. Oh, they got animation module. Okay, it looks like they're going to try to go wide. Oh, they want to play their 1-drops. Okay, sure. Gonna play Hardened Scales here. I think I have to blow up the Blast Zone this turn before they can, like, Ravager onto an Ink Moth. This is gonna take 3 mana to do, so... While they can't... I guess what? They could put the counters on the Construct here. It's not great, but it's better than it being on Ink Moth, so... This is gonna get big fast. I don't know. I don't feel good about this though, because they have module and like this construct, and we do not have any good ways of dealing with this thing. Throwing things in front of it does not seem ideal. The best I can hope for is like a Dismember on this, and that they don't have much else, but you know, it's not even gonna work because they can just pay 3 and tap this to give this 2 more +1/+1 counters. Like, that's real bad. we have like no way of dealing with it. Not Dismember won't even work because we have to wait for them to tap out first, and as long as they don't tap out, like it's not gonna help us. We are kind of sunk, and it looks like we're sunk almost entirely because of Urza Saga. Otawara, I guess, is an out technically. If we bounce the construct with Otawara, that might give us some time, but we have like 2 turns to do that. I don't know why they keep like going. I don't know. Is he gonna disconnect again? Seems like yeah, they're using a way more time for this game than they actually need to. Yeah, animation chat or module is a huge problem. Yeah, and this is kind of why I'm wondering if maybe we're supposed to play some copies of Field of Ruin just because it would help deal with stuff like Saga and stuff like Nexus and whatnot. Urza's Saga is such a ridiculously stupid card. Why is this even a thing? Like, who thought that this was a good idea? Yeah, I got main decking for C's does seem like that does not seem like that should be a reasonable concession to somebody playing a fucking land in their deck. Should not need to play like 4 main deck answers to just a plan C land. That is like the definition of warping the metagame. Alright, they finally decide to cast something. They got another Urza Saga. I don't even want it at this point. Like we can't beat like this construct and this one. That's not gonna work. There is no line that is gonna help us here. Alright, look, we're done with this. This is out of control. Alright, give me the fucking Spreading Seas and the Hurkyl's Recall. Give me the Ratchet Bombs. What do we not want here? Like, I'm getting the feeling this is not an Ancestral Vision match. Um... Yeah, the chalices don't seem great either. Okay, if we take the, like, I don't know what else is not great. Like, maybe Force of Negation, but this does feel like we need to force stuff like Hardened Scales or we're gonna die. I don't know, maybe with Ratchet Bomb and Blast Zone it's okay. Hmm. I mean, I can bring back one vision, but like, I don't know. I'm just wondering if we're or maybe like Subtlety doesn't seem like it's great either, but maybe we need that too. Whatever. I'm gonna bring in the other Subtlety. Fuck it. All right, let's go. We have no lands. We have 24 lands, and we did not find any of them. Sure. We'll keep, and we will put islands in the bottom. They're on 6. Yep, it's fine. I really want to play the Spreading Seas in this thing, but I know the second that I play Seas, they're going to play Urza Saga, and I'm going to be so so upset, so I'm not going to seize it. Uh-huh. There's Forest. That's a problem. Ward 2 is not great for us, for us. I think we're just playing Svyelun here, yeah. You can always dismember this in the future for 3 mana. This card is actually really baller in Legacy. It sees play alongside Blastoise. It's pretty good. Oh, Hangerback Walker. I don't have an island for this. Hmm. All right. We can deal, I think, we can deal with one of their permanents this turn, but I don't know which one is the right one. Definitely possible to do that. We might want to attack with Svyelun and see if we can draw a card, because then maybe we can blow up the animation module this turn. That might not be terrible. Definitely killing this is an option, or Hangerback is just also devastating. This is just going to get worse. Because they can just keep adding extra counters to it with this thing. Yeah, let's see what we can draw off of Svyelun. Maybe that'll change our mind. Counterspell's not terrible. Definitely play Castle Vantress, so... Hmm. Okay. I could just kill this Hangerback now, let them get the counter, hold up Counterspell. It's kind of where I'm leaning at, but this is going to get out of control, but I don't know that there's a better plan for it. I think that, yeah, this is probably the way to go. Sure. Okay. I think as long as we keep the Blast Zone here, they're not going to play any other ones. They're probably waiting until we blow this up to cast more of them, so... Alright. Probably whatever they're going to cast here is going to get countered. Okay, well that gets a counter. We're definitely counterspelling this thing. That's pretty good. They have 2 cards left. I think we do the same thing. I think we attack and see what they have going on. We can clique and then I would love to petty theft this thing as well, but we might have to save it. And I would also love to use the Seas, but yeah, we have to really, I think, save this right now. They obviously don't have Urza Saga right now. Yeah, we need, if it's going to cost 4 mana to bounce this if we want. I think that you're correct that we probably need to just cast Vendilion Clique this turn. Um, yeah. No, we don't need to right click it. Okay, that's good to know. So they do have. Okay, that's not really great. Hexproof and indestructible. So they can save their animation module with safekeeping here. Um, probably. I don't like either of these. Because this also means that they can protect the. Well, if they have this, then we can't actually borrower to bounce this. That is a problem. They're gonna play like another one of these things, and then we can't deal with either of them with this, and our life total is getting like kind of. I don't know. We might have to tick Blast Zone up to 2, but it's not really great. At least if we get rid of this, then this isn't going to get bigger theoretically. Well, if we tick Blast Zone up to 2, they can still protect it with this thing, because it will give it indestructible. But then maybe we can like bait it out with a bounce and then tick it up. All right. I think I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't think I can deal with both of them. Okay, I'm definitely clicking on this thing and it's not actually getting rid of this. So, that is not better. Well, I don't know. I guess I can still blow up Blast Zone on 1 now, but really could use a Ratchet Bomb soon. I'm kind of thinking that I'm supposed to block this and then bounce this. Bouncing the Zabaz I don't think is actually helping very much. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to use Blast Zone to try to kill it next turn. Okay, well, we know what their last card is, so... It's probably time for Svyelun to start blocking. I guess I can just crack this in their upkeep. I guess... Well, if I was gonna... What, if I attack with Svyelun and play the other one? I don't know how much it's gonna help. Yeah, I think that we want to use Blast Zone here. And then probably try to block one of these things. This doesn't give any bonus, it just gives it hexproof, so... We'll force them to use the mana on their turn at least. So they can only save one of these two. I choose to save the animation module. Alright. So if we're lucky, they'll just draw a land, I guess. It does not look like they drew a land. Oh, that's not great. Hangerback was definitely not what I was hoping to see here. What do I need? I need to draw a Ratchet Bomb, basically. Or Hurkyl's Recall. Hurkyl's Recall could definitely win the game. I'm probably not blocking this automaton, like, if it's not going to kill me. Because I might just need to attack with Svyelun. Well, what, no. So right now, they can attack for 7, right? Yeah, if they can only attack me for 7, I'm going to block a token so I can try to draw an extra card. See if we can find Recall, because that's probably the only way that we're not dead. And if we miss it, we're going to play Spreading Seas on this thing and pray again. Or you know what, there's an argument that we should do this first anyway. Okay, they must be having some kind of internet trouble because they're like once again just stuck here. I'm assuming they're going to pay the 1 to make an extra token here, so... Ugh, this is rough when now we have like a second one of these go wide tokens decks that like sneaks underneath Blast Zone with their tokens. Like it's so hard for this deck to deal with. Like if all of these were 1-drops, like Blast Zone would just make this so much easier, but the fact that they get all like yeah, they go underneath the Blast Zone is just so hard. Oh, they disconnected again. Well, the only good news is that if we find Hurkyl's recall, they're only on like 7 minutes left. So if we can stay alive through like this next turn, there is a very reasonable chance we could like stabilize this game and win, and then they just run out of time. They could play Hurkyl's or Echoing Truth, I guess. But I think like kind of the problem that you were saying is like a lot of this, Urza Saga making tokens, like Echoing Truth only cleans up like half of that and not the other half. And the obviously like this deck is coming prepared to deal with stuff like Echoing Truth because it can just give their tokens hexproof. I don't know. The Lingering Souls player can also, like, Echoing Truth is not as good against stuff like Lingering Souls because they can always fatal push one of their tokens to just counter the Echoing Truth. So you're not gonna bounce like 4 tokens. You're gonna get one of them dead. The Ratchet Bombs probably do help, but you need to find them. It's like one of the big reasons like I usually like to play stuff like blue white is because it has a much easier like you have to splash another color, but at the same time, then you have a much easier time answering basically anything on the board because your Supreme Verdict does not give a flying fuck like what their converted mana costs are. They're all just gonna die, and your stuff like March of Otherworldly Light or Prismatic Ending can just easily eat up a lot of permanents too. So it, playing blue white control over like a monocolor control deck, I think is way easier just because the breadth of answers you have is just a lot better. But it also means you're less aggressive. You're more reliant on stuff like Teferi and Jace to win the game, or even like maybe like one or two Celestial Colonnades. My favorite, like in back when I was playing it, was always to use Elspeth's Sun's Champion because that card basically stabilizes the board and wins the game by itself. But I don't think it really gets to see much play in the modern day of the modern era of modern. Yeah, so even stuff like Solitude, where it's like Swords to Plowshares on a stick, is just like really, really good with it. The problem is like the blue white control deck is a little bit more pricey and ticks than I can really afford with my mana trader, so it's difficult to be able to play the kind of list that like I would want to play if I'm playing control. Whereas like at least this deck is playing mostly cards I actually already have on MTGO, so getting to borrow the remaining cards I need is not very expensive. They're on 4 minutes left, so uh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't feel great to win a match because they disconnected, but like the same time, this is now like the third time that it's happened, so it's not fair to everybody watching that it has to like waste all their time on this either. So yeah, we get there like that. We get there. I mean, it almost makes me inclined to want to block the automaton just because it might take them more time to win the game that way. Like we would get one less look at Hurkyl's recall, but at the same time, it might actually be worth it. And like, we can play Spreading Seas, and like yeah, because we could take what 2 damage here, go to 6, and then like they still can't kill us next turn because we can still block Automaton. So the amount of time they have left definitely means that Svyelun is a lot more likely to find her way over here than to find her way over here. Yeah, because we play season this. If we find recall, we basically just win. And if not, we still have the mana to cast the other Svyelun to throw in front of the automaton, and then just take like 4 damage. So we go to 2. Well, I guess no, they could put an extra counter in this thing, right? So we would take 5 damage and go to 1, which would still buy us another turn. All right, they are like definitely in the danger zone right now of just losing. So it has now been like 6 minutes. They are under 2 minutes here. And Conclave, yeah, Conclave can. Well, I think we're only realistically going to get like 2 more chances to find it. Because, yeah, by the time we have mana for Conclave to chump block this thing, I don't think it's going to matter. Unless we find, like, Ratchet Bomb, because then that would be a way where if they play Hangerback Walker, and then, you know, we could play Ratchet Bomb, animate Conclave, throw it in front of this, and then also crack Ratchet Bomb, that would work. They have lost the game due to inaction. I am so sorry, opponent. All right, what were we going to find here? We might have actually got there. All right, so we draw this for turn. We play Spreading Seas in this thing. We would have played Svyelun, and then we would have got to untap and draw the recall. So, yeah, we actually did have recall to, like, reset the game at that point. It definitely was a strategy, so. Okay, sure, we'll take it. Alright, well, so, yeah. It was coming. Like, our stall strategy definitely would have gave us time to find a recall and then maybe do something. Alright, cool. It's not like the best win in the world, but a win's a win, so. It definitely felt like that's not a great match either. But we'll take it. Why not? Alright, let's get our last game in here. It's been about 2 hours. Yeah, this deck is going a little bit long. Right, we knew it was going to go long, though. These sort of decks are very slow and grindy. Alright, well, yeah, so, I mean, aside from, like, Living End here, or, I mean, yeah, like, this was a loss, but this definitely, like, very much had the potential to be a W, so, like, it's not too bad. Alright, we are on the draw finally. Alright, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? That's life. You have to be on the draw sometime. Adralak. This hand seems great. Counterspell, a threat, some chalices. Alright, let's go. For lucky, this is like Living End and we just win. They mold a 6. Okay, cool. So chances that it's a combo deck are actually higher. Like, combo mulligans more than fair deck, so let's pray. Come on. Chat, send me your energy. This must be Living End, because if it is, we probably win this game. They have a very difficult decision as 6. Okay. They are keeping 6. What do we got? Cavern of Souls on... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we naming with Cavern of Souls? Oh, fuck. Alright, we're naming Dryad. Alright, so we're up against Amulet. That's good, though. We definitely have the ability to beat Amulet Titan. So I think we did win on time, yeah. So I think what's going to happen here, we're going to play this Chalice on 0. I'm not really worried about recall. We can't counter the Dryad, but we can counter the Titan, maybe. Or we might be able to get a point where we clique it out of their hand, so. Okay. Subtlety's fucking fantastic right now. Sure, Island. Ass. We're 2-2. This is the last match. Technically, yeah, we won the last one in time, so it would put us at 2-2. Spiritually, we would be at 3-1, but, you know, I think I messed up versus Living End. Giant, okay. Interesting. So I'm pretty sure I just clique them this turn, don't I? Because they might have a Titan in hand, and I don't want them casting it. I'm just going to cast Clique here, and then if things go really badly, we do have Subtlety to bail our asses out. They have Primeval Titan and 2 Grazers. Get fucked, opponent. We are not doing that. Oh, there's Urza Saga, everybody's favorite fucking land from Modern Horizons 2. Okay, where... Can we draw Spreading Seas? Is that possible? I guess they just play Grazer here, and... They can play one. Yeah, they can... Are they just not playing it? Why? Opponent, I hate to tell you, but I think that was a mistake. Oh, they want to make a construct. Okay, I got you. But I think we just play this Chalice in 1 and just, like, again, hold up, like, Oh, fuck. Okay, so... Here's an option. I could bounce this Amulet back to their hand, but I think it's probably too late at this point for that. I think that we should just stop them from playing these 2 Grazers so that this Clique can just attack all willy-nilly. Like, because we know what the 5 cards in their hand are, and they're all trash, so if they just draw, like, another land, it doesn't actually do anything for them. They have a bunch of mana that is totally pointless. They can't make a construct this turn, so what the fuck are they doing? I don't get it. I think we just play Otawara as a land, play Chalice, and just hold up Counterspell in case they play, like, Dryad or something. Alright, let's go. And then we can hold up, like, Subtlety afterwards. So, like, all they can do is just make a construct now, but I don't think that's enough. If they draw another Titan, we have to kind of burn Subtlety on it, but... Otherwise, like, I think we're in reasonable shape here. They are on 6 mana because they have the Gruul Turf. But they really need to just draw something because their hand is mostly garbage. Let's see, Sunhome. They can give their construct. Well, they don't even have. I guess eventually they can use this. So. Okay. What do we want? Like Brazen Borrower, I guess would be okay. They might make a construct and then play Gruul Turf, bounce the Saga back to their hand so they can just replay it next turn. I think that like that's very possibly the only line they have left available to them. Is if they draw a Dryad now, we can counter it and they can't save it. Yeah, they can't play Dryad this turn with Cavern, so yeah, they have a lot of draws that are just dead to them here. Pretty much the only thing they could reasonably draw is like Primeval Titan. Okay. They're just not okay, they're gonna bring back Cavern, sure. Alright, I guess. Oh, Stabby McHugs. Yeah, I know you're here to troll me. No, I'm the lesser known third Weasley brother. Or I mean, what, fourth one? Yeah, there fifth one? God damn it, there's so many fucking Weasleys. What? No, there's Fred, George, Charlie, and Ron. Okay, they got another map. I guess they're just gonna get another saga. Okay, I have to be concerned now because these things they're gonna attack me for 8. I kind of feel like I need to just play Subtlety here and try to kill them in 2 turns. And just pray that they don't find Titan. Otherwise, yeah, because then I can kill them in 2 turns, so... Yeah, they're a little bit late here, alright. Well, no, actually, I can't kill them in 2 turns, fuck. Alright, but maybe I can, like, not die and... can get close. Maybe if I can find, like, a creature to play this turn, we can live. Because they can make a construct and attack for 4 with these. Oh. They should do... yeah, they should do it now. I don't have a good way to, like, not die here. Okay, I don't know what the point of that was. Oh no, okay, I see. They use Cavern to play it. Never mind. Well, yeah, now we're in trouble because we don't have a good way to deal with constructs. I think we're gonna die to this because like we have to block 2 of these and we're gonna lose our entire board here and we don't have a way to come back from this. They're gonna get to make another one. I think we actually are just dead. Fuck, and that sucks because I like we were so close, but not quite. Never mind. All right, well, we'll do what we got to do. I guess I don't like Vision. Maybe Recall's not the worst thing to bring in. Alright, I think I'm going to do it like this. It was rough. Once again, Urza's Saga just basically beat the deck. That's it. Because we had nothing to deal with the constructs. That card just won the game by itself. How many times has that happened since like Modern Horizons 2? Like somebody just plays Urza Saga and they just win the game entirely because of that card. Because of a land that they're including in their deck, like basically with no cost. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's why Modern needs fucking Wastelands. Alright, well, we can't keep that. I guess we... This is not very good either. Okay. I don't think that we keep this. Like, this seemed pretty bad. I'm gonna make an executive decision. We're mulliganing that. Oh, God. Alright, well... Here we are. I guess we're throwing away cliques. This is so fucking awful. Our hands were just, like, terrible. At least this hand has cards, but now it doesn't have lands, so... Okay, this is what's happening. We're gonna end this league this way, I guess. Sure, here comes Dryad. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Pitching Subtlety is not gonna do anything there. Sure, we just lose. Never mind. Alright. Good job, opponent. You win. No, don't stop on my account. Keep going. It's turn 3, and that's what they have on the board. Alright, here, we're done. That was a terrible fucking end to this. It was so bad. And it sucks because like I think we do legitimately have like a lot of really good cards for that, but I don't know, I guess for spreading season the main deck is the only reasonable way this deck is ever gonna fucking not lose to Urza Saga, so yeah, I assume that we need to do this, and then like maybe like Clique goes to the sideboard or something. Something like this. Maybe just bring in... I don't know. Maybe just keep like one of these in here. Something like this. Because yeah, we've seen like Saga is a problem, and if we don't get rid of it immediately, we basically just lose to it. But it also was really weird to me that we had like so many hands with 24 lands where we just like had very, very awkward like mana, where it's like, what was it, like at least 2 or 3 matches where we just had to like mulligan because we had 0 lands. So not great. I didn't really get to see Ancestral Vision. That's and that sucks because I think this card actually this has a lot of potential in this deck, but we never really got to like use it well. So I don't know. Yeah, I think like this deck definitely has a lot of potential in it. It's not really like the kind of thing that I enjoy playing very much. So yeah, mulligans are mulligans. You are right, Joe. That's life, I guess. I don't know if unlucky, I guess, against Living End, yeah, but at the same time, part of it was my fault too, because I think I could have made different choices. Well, and this is the other, and yeah, it's a good thing that you bring this up. Like, not drawing the right half of your deck is a huge problem, and that's one of the reasons, like, the blue-white control decks tend to do a lot better because they have more draw, like, filtering. They have more stuff like, is it Consider? Is that the one that replaced Op? More stuff where they can, like, dig for all the important cards they need so they don't have to necessarily hope on just randomly drawing it, where they can actually have a little more control over finding the right halves when they need them. Whereas, like, yeah, this deck very much is dependent upon, like, you need to just have Chalice against the Living End decks and like not Dismembers, or like you need to have, you know, like the Subtleties and Dismembers and against like the Titan deck and not like all of, like the Svyelun's or something. Or like you need to have the Spreading Seas against all the Urza sagas and not like the counter spells, because you know it's, yeah, Memory Deluge, like, yeah, that sort of card is like just incredibly powerful for the deck. And the ability to just dig through time for 4 mana, like I played a lot of like blue white control decks in standard when dig through time was a thing. Like dig for 4 is still incredibly powerful, and like even in modern I think that's fine, and that's just what Memory Deluge just does. So, and you can still flash it back later once you get to the point in the game where you're both out of cards, you've spent all your cards answering the board, but you have like a bajillion lands. You just refill your hand with it for with the flashback effect, and all of a sudden, like, it's very, very difficult to lose that game. So, and it's playing one color, you know, you get to like play some more fancy lands, but like at the same time you kind of give up a little bit of that consistency that like I think the traditional control decks have. And like if I'm playing control, like I'm looking for more of the consistency like that, and I don't really need to have like a bunch of creatures in play to win the game. I'm perfectly fine with winning with planeswalkers that are just like both value engines and win conditions. And the major difference is they're a lot harder to remove once they stick on the board. Whereas like the creatures we play are a lot harder to like, or I mean, a lot easier to brick wall and just destroy if they need to. So I would say, like, in my eyes, like that's where the primary difference is between the two, and why my style doesn't really jive with this as much. But then again, there's still a lot of people that like do better with this sort of more aggressive style. So like I said, it has seen a lot of success, and like it's not like this deck is necessarily bad or anything. It's just a completely different play style. So I don't know. Well, we might play with this again more in like a few weeks. We'll see. But that's all I've got for now. So now it is time. We got to go find somebody to go and send our love to for the rest of the evening. Oh, you know what? We have Lord Asek. He's a Merfolk player. He's playing Mono Blue Merfolk. We're gonna definitely go visit him for sure. All right, let's go and give him a fishy hello. Yeah. What's your question? I'll answer it quickly. No, hold on. I'll answer you, but right before I click. What do you got? Um, what's on your mind? Here, I'll pause this before we do it. All right, go ahead, ask. Well, wait, I promise. Is there a community on MTGO that lets people play vintage classic decks and themes? Um, so, well, all right. I guess what like the old school tutor decks like that. So there is a community that is based around like 94, 95 Magic, where, but that might be a little bit earlier than you were talking about. If I don't know specifically for like the kind of decks that you're talking about, but I mean, if they are on here, they're probably, you would find them under like freeform tournament practice. Like Penny Dreadful usually has a lot of their stuff going in here. You can see Pre-Modern usually has a lot of stuff here. So yeah, there are sometimes you'll see people playing Pre-Modern for this. So a lot of the kind of decks that you're talking about might fit into that. Yeah. I don't know like specifically if the 93 94 people organize like a lot of MTGO play. They do have a Discord though, so that it yeah, there is like old school MTG Discord. And actually, hold on, I will even post the link in the chat here if I can find it quick. Where the hell is it? I know I'm in this Discord somewhere. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay, wait. All right, I got this. Here we go. Yeah, so if you're interested in old school, like there you go. That's the Discord for it, and I think they're reasonably active in there. They do have a lot of people that like are dedicated to it, so you might find what you're looking for there. So there you go. All right, let's go, and let's go watch our fellow Merfolk friend over Lord Asex. So everybody, thank you for watching. Like I said, we'll do more of this in a few weeks. Probably this week we're gonna get one more legacy in, and then next week we'll probably get another pauper in. So that's all I got. Thank you very much. Please like the replay on YouTube, and I will see you again next time. And we are off. Bye.